The consultant to the Community Action Program for Safety, CAPS, says the organization's crime hotline is grossly underutilized by members of the public and the law enforcement community. Linwall James says the hotline was established to encourage civilians to provide the police with vital information while protecting their identity. He explains the hotline allows concerned citizens to maintain their anonymity while assisting in the crime-fighting efforts.
The number, which is 453-9999. And with that crime hotline, all you've got to do is just give the information. The person at the other end does not want to know your name, does not want to know anything about you, the informant, but just the information. And it started doing quite well.
But James says the number of phone calls have tapered off in recent times, with law enforcement requesting whistleblowers contact the nearest police station to aid their investigations into criminal matters. He says such a strategy is not having the desired result of solving crime.
As time went by, the calls from the police when given information was to call your nearest police station or call the CID, and that again, in my opinion, more or less negated the effect of the crime hotline. And in that regard, one actually saw in some instances that the public just decided, well, they were not going to give the information. And the use of the crime hotline, started to diminish.
James is exhorting the public to use the hotline and assures citizens their identities will not be compromised. He says the information is collected on the strictest of confidence and is passed on to the relevant law enforcement agency. And although he does not have statistical data, he contends several of these tips have aided in solving crimes, including homicides.
There is nothing to be afraid of. There's no caller ID. You just give your information. No one wants to know your number. No one wants to know your name. Nothing like that. And I'll tell you one thing, that crime hotline is monitored 24/7. At any time you call that crime hotline, someone will answer.
The CAPS consultant believes given the recent spate of violent crime, members of the public will be less inclined to cooperate openly with the police for fear of retaliation. He says the hotline provides the best hope for solving crime in these circumstances. James reiterates that any master plan to address crime will be ineffective without engaging the community in constructive dialogue. Calling the crime hotline is free. The number is 453-9999. Winston Springer Jr., HTS News, Channel 4.